Mama Alice, the ideal last meal. So let me maybe just share how I ended up in a grave. About 2 weeks ago, I had this dream where I was standing next to a shallow grave, my own grave. There was like light blue gravel in the bottom of it, and I was climbing into this grave to see if it's big enough. And in that dream, I knew that this is not my death grave, but it is almost part of a simulation of my funeral. And then I just parked it. But then this week, one of my dreams that I had 5 weeks ago came true. And even when I had the dream 5 weeks ago, just having that dream brought like an insane shock to my nervous system. And then I took like 2 weeks to just settle from the dream. And needless to say, so this week when that dream became true, pretty much exactly as it happened in my dream, then it brought like a big shock to my nervous system. And yes, man, it's been a while. But I'm also so grateful for that dream, that it came like a month earlier and served as some form of preparation for what was coming. My body was more ready for it. That dream became like a simulation. Trying to cope and trying to figure out how to calm my nervous system, this thought popped to mind. What if I just take that other dream of me standing next to my grave and make that real as well? Maybe there's something in this process, maybe a part of myself that I have to let go of. So I went up onto the hills and I dug myself the same size grave as my dream. The burden of dreams. It's sometimes not nice to follow these dreams, but somehow it's as if the dream is like the moon and I'm just this moth, and that I just have to follow it. But it was fascinating to track and to see what kind of emotions came up while I was like doing the action, the physical action of digging this grave. And how the top layer, just to get the grass off first, was so difficult. That was the difficult part to start with, to dealing with that. And then it got to a layer that was easier, the soft soil. And that soft soil, it was easier, and I felt like almost a little bit lighter in that process. But then it got deeper, and then there was a different layer. And this layer again had more rocks and bigger rocks. There's like obstacles in my movement. And then whenever I hit that obstacle, it brings like some new thoughts, some new emotions that I had to unlock. And then when I got most of the rocks out, then I got to more gravelly kind of space. And then I realized like, this is as deep as my dream is asking me to go right now. And I was grateful for that. Because if I had to go even deeper, I don't think I would have maybe been able physically, but maybe more mentally to go that deep in that moment. So then I stopped. And that's how I got to this point. It was nice to see that there was still some form of a humor in me as well. And how that humor that is in me can also be a way to just like take me into a space to seeing a picture a little bit bigger than the key focus right in front of me. You just remove your salt and pepper, take a sip of your cold beverage, turn off the gas, pour hot boiling water into your Mama Alice pack until it's completely covered. And then as simple as that, you just seal again. And now you just wait 12 minutes to be exact. Okay, so it is ready and it's supper time. Just add some salt, some pepper, mix all the salt, mix all the pepper. Beautiful. Good. Man, oh man. It's warm, the texture is nice, super tasty. This is like eating rainbows next to graveyards. Tonight I'm sleeping with the earthworms. Back to the womb of the Mother Earth. My feet are buzzing, very cold air on my face. My hands are tingling. My stomach feels satisfied. I can hear the cows in the distance. And I can also hear all the rustling of the leaves next to my ears. This is how it feels to be alive right now. I'm really glad that I followed through with this process, like even sleeping in it. Because during that night brought a different set of dreams. I remember waking up at 3 o'clock, just from the cold, not from a dream. And then I opened my sleeping bag from my face and just looked at the stars until my face got too cold and I covered it again. And then as I closed my eyes, there was imagery of me putting my mom into a grave. She was wrapped in unbleached linen and we dropped her into a real deep grave, also here on the farm. And I think I just connected to what that must feel like to bury my mother. And that was wild, man. But it was so beautiful. And I think the message that I got from that vision was, I don't have to be that focused on my own grave. That there is people around me that is there right now, that I have the amazing opportunity to focus on, and that will bring me more value to focus on them, on their life, than to focus so much on my own death. That was the message that I got from that vision, and for that I'm very grateful. Like Alexis. Let's see, yeah.